Dumela Kazi, welcome back to Gossip Cafe. Libito Lakake K. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are a returning Sabi, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. On this video, we are celebrating with one of our own. Yes, I am talking about MacG from the podcast and Chillers with MacG. If you didn't know, I will just quickly summarize everything before we get into this video actually, right? So MacG was podcast and chill. Let me say podcast and chill because podcast and chill is not only MacG. MacG is the brain behind the show, but obviously there's a lot of other people who helped the show to be where it is right now. MacG is a podcaster and his podcast has reached 1 million subscribers. It makes him to be the biggest podcaster in South Africa or in the African continent as a whole. The podcast and chill is international. It is not only spread out in South Africa or African continent, it is also spread out to the rest of the world. And I think it is high time for it to actually get into 10 million, 20 million or 30 million subscribers because it deserves all that. So we're going to be talking about all that on this video. So without wasting any more time, let's get into it. So Kazi, Podcast and Chill was celebrating 1 million at Sunbet and Arena, which was at its full capacity, which is over 6,000 people that attended obviously at the celebration. So one thing I will have to say, the energy when because I think you've all seen the clips obviously that I actually inserted at the beginning of this video. You all saw the clips. And I can tell you right now, you could feel the energy from your cell phone screen. You could feel the energy from looking at how the crowd was excited. The crowd was just beyond. I just felt like, oh my gosh, I think I should have been there. Obviously, the admin is too much for me. I'm in Cape Town. I would have flown to Joburg and get the accommodation, transport, and all of those things. And I'm really busy on my side, but I would have loved to be within that crowd. I am a chiller on my side as well. So in the 1 million that you see over there, I am one of them. I am not gonna sugarcoat that. Yes, MacG had did his own fair share of controversies and all of those things. It is what it is. When it comes to his work, MacG was at his top of the game. You remember MacG was stripped away from getting sponsors and all of those things because of all the things that were happening at the MacG or the Podcast and Chill. But still he stayed true to his craft until now, which is he is a big company, he's a big name, and he built that name by himself and all the people that were around him, not leaving Uso Penduka behind, because he is also one of the reasons why the Podcast and Chill is at its peak right now, or at its biggest form right now, right? And the reason why I am doing this video is I want to say Podcast and Chill success right now, it is not only the success of the chillers, it is not only the success of Usol Penduka, the people that are working with MacG's fiance, everybody. It is not only for them, it is for each and everybody out there who is trying, who lost hope, who is trying to get out of the situation that they are in, which is poverty and all of those things. That if the table is not made for you, if no one is making the table for you, you need to put together that table yourself and make your own table. That's what MacG did, and that's what the message from the whole success that we see on the MacG's success with the 1 million or road to 1 million show. gave it to me. You know, guys, I work with, or rather, I donate a lot. I go to orphanages a lot. I go to a lot of places, disadvantaged places, to go and donate clothes, donate food, donate a lot of things. And most of the times, or sometimes, when we've got food and it's time for eating, if I donate clothes, for example, most of the times I do the donation towards the end of the year, the mid-year, at the beginning of the year, somewhere there. That's where my donation times are, or before winter and all of those things. So obviously I don't have much on my side. I don't have much. I am not wealthy. I am not a tycoon, but I try by all means to do that. So I would sit with people. I know you would think the whole thing is irrelevant that I'm talking on this video. I would sit with the little kids most of the time, sit with the little kids, teenagers, to your younger kids. And I would always ask, what would you like to be when you are older? And most of the times, guys, let me tell you, most of the times, these children have lost hope. And most of those children who lost hope are the teenagers, especially boys. Boys have lost so much hope that we're not gonna get into a certain place, especially that you're saying right now, I am poor. They go to bed without eating. They lost hope. They don't see that the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is to see black people make it on their own. MacG made it on his own with the people that were around him. And most of them, they are black. We've lost hope to the point that we don't see the necessity of trying hard. And I'm so emotional. And I want anyone, I know not everyone, I know not everyone out there is actually able to have an access to internet, able to have an access to watch podcast and chill, able to actually follow MacG's journey, or followed MacG's journey from the beginning. I know not everybody is like that, but one or two people who were out there who thought that, okay, I'm not gonna be able to make it in life because there is no table for me. No one is making the table for me. I can't do the table for myself because I do not have money to make the table myself. I know with MacG, there's an elevation somewhere, somehow, because MacG was MacG before the podcast. MacG was on radio before the podcast. So that means he might have built a bit of brand and following somewhere, somehow. That following followed him to the podcast and chill. But MacG was once out, done and out, because he was fired on some radio stations, right? So that means at that time you are vulnerable, you don't have anything, right? And he was able to build that from scratch until now. I am the happiest person when I see a legitimate business succeed that is black owned, that is owned by youth. Because we as black people, most of the times in South Africa, we are labeled to be certain, we are labeled in so many things. Like we are labeled to be not smart, not this, not that. We've got a lot of opportunities, but we cannot really get to those opportunities because we are not smart enough to see the opportunities. And whereas we are smart enough for opportunities, but we would like to have motivation. So the motivation that I'm talking about now is podcast and chill. There's a lot of people out there who would like to start podcasts, who would like to start their journey as YouTubers, who would like to start a lot of things. But when you see a black person doing the same thing that you wish you want to do, and you see that they are succeeding, obviously on your side as well, you would see the necessity of starting from scratch, just like each and every one of those people. As I said, going back to my point now, my emotion went down. I would have these young boys, these young girls who are full of life, and you're looking at them, they are so young, and you're asking them, what do you want to be? The others would say, I want to be a doctor, I want to be this, I want to be a policeman, I want to be a presenter, I want to be an actor, and all of those things. It's so exciting. You're sitting there, you are having food, you are just chilling with strangers. These children are strangers, very pure children, and you are asking them, all these things, and then they tell you the excitement, and then the ones who are way, like the ones who see things, who watch maybe news, who see things online, who see all these things and say, we are poor, we're not gonna be able to go to university, this, like, then you feel so sad that as young as these children are, they can see the situation that we're facing in South Africa. And we've been facing that situation for years. I was born during the time that apartheid was dismantling, like it was falling apart. The apartheid was falling apart. So I know how it feels that we try to build ourselves, our confidence, our everything from there. We had parents who experienced this apartheid and all of those things. Parents who thought that us as a generation will try to strive more and fight more in order for us to get to certain places. And we are still fighting and fighting more. And to see all these winnings that we see online, like MacG and stuff like that, it is a big deal to us, and it is a big deal to me on my side, because I will go back and take my cell phone and say, you know what, you say you want to be a presenter, look at this, this guy did not have it all, but this guy has it all. I know MacG is not watching this channel obviously, but you never know, right? But I would like to say to MacG that congratulations, you did really, really well. You made a lot of people proud. You made that one poor person out there who would like to walk in your shoes to believe that they will walk in your shoes. Obviously, he also popped a question of, would you marry me, to his longtime girlfriend, Unaledi. I followed Naledi a long time ago on YouTube with her stories, Chomaiza stories, yes. And now they are fiancés. That show, all of it, it was impeccable. I was so excited for him, and I am excited for his winnings. I am excited for his team, because this means that the team is working hard. And also on your side, everybody who's watching, everybody who's trying to get inspiration, I hope they will get more inspiration. And also on my side, guys, I just want to say on my side, as a black person, you need to work twice as hard. This actually message is always told. My partner is white, so he would always say, I've seen it. I've seen how black people have to work twice as harder than white people would, because of the privileges. So I want you to work super hard. That's the person who pushes me to the limit. Sometimes we fight because the way that he pushes me, it's too much. But let me tell you, all the inspirations, everything that you see out there, everyone who wants you to win, you must listen to them and draw more inspiration from Abo Podcast and Chill, especially if you would like to be within the space of podcasting, YouTubing, and all of those things. It is highly possible. Anyway, thank you so much for watching till this far. I'm so sorry that somehow in the video I got caught off guard with my emotions. I am currently an emotional wreck, so I am like melting all the time with everything. That I would watch TV and melting, because obviously I am emotionally drained with all the project that I'm busy with, and somehow I would just go into that mode of getting emotional and stuff like that. But anyway, it's not a big deal, it's just my body reaction, right? So I'll see you on my next upload, and thank you so much for watching till this far. I know you might be asking yourself, what was this video about? It was me celebrating the podcast and chill, the first black person to have the biggest podcast in the continent. That's a big deal for me, and I know there are other people out there who thinks the same that I'm thinking. Have a fantastic one. Peace out.